Alright guys, today we are on the dirt bike here on the TTR 230. I have a different mic. I have the DJI MIC MINI. And I'm going to be talking a little bit about my experience so far. I did a few tests before this. So I just want to start off by talking about the physical attributes of it. So this mic, compared to some other mics that I found on the market, is apparently one of the smallest ones. And it comes in only like 10 grams or something. It's really nice to have something that small, because I mean I have it stuffed in on the front piece of my helmet right now, and I can tell if I had anything bigger, it would not work well. And for the quality of this thing comes in that it's not the greatest I've heard, but it is plenty good enough to at least MotoVlog with. Yeah, this is what I'm going to be using from now on. I do want to talk a little bit about the setup, because I haven't heard a lot about the setup procedure, and it was honestly a little confusing. Maybe that's because I'm just slow as hell, but and I just want to give you guys a few tips for if you're going to buy this mic. So the mic actually comes with one receiver and then two mics. If the mic can either be plugged into something like a camera or a phone, and I have it plugged into my phone right now. But yeah, and it also works through Bluetooth, so you can either hook the individual mics itself up to your phone and just work those through Bluetooth, or you can hook the receiver up through Bluetooth and then have the mics connected to receiver. So the receiver can also just plug in straight to the phone. It has a little adapter piece. That's what I'm doing right now. That's the best way to get the highest quality. Like Bluetooth, it doesn't record as high as quality. So in terms of the setup process that I kind of struggled with, one of the biggest things is figuring out how the frick to record. The DJI Mimo app, I think it's called, is how you kind of set it up, update the firmware, things like that. I thought you could just record in the Mimo app. Take that into consideration. I'm using just the default iPhone voice recorder or like audio recorder. So the mics, they do come with like that little fluffy like windbreaker or whatever you call it. I don't even know what they're called, but yeah. So far this mic, apart from I wish you could just record in the app, these mics have been great. It's very high quality. The packaging, oh my goodness, the packaging was so nice to open. But it does come with the charging case, all that sort of stuff. And I mean, judge for yourself right now. This is pretty out of the box sound experience. I wonder if I can ride through there. Probably not. We got a student driver up here. Also, if you're wondering why I'm not taking this bike on some super main roads, this is pretty much back roads around my house, because this bike is not no title, no insurance, no nothing. So it looks like I'm keeping up. I don't have a speedometer on this, and I was wondering how fast I was going. I was wondering if I was actually able to keep up with traffic in this thing, but it looks like I am relatively keeping up. I'm assuming because they're a student driver, they're not going over 55, so I'm at least going between 50 and 55 right now. Look at horses! Yeah, but I'm probably going to do a little bit of equalization. The biggest problem with these that I've noticed is I have it set to minus 12 dB. It has a few adjustments. It has plus 12, plus 6, minus 6, minus 12, and then a 0, obviously. I have it set to minus 12. You have to have it wrapped up in some sort of cloth, some sort of something, because it is so. I tried to do a test where I put one in my helmet and then one in the back seat next to the exhaust, and it blew out the mic the entire time. It was so distorted. Yeah, they pick up a lot more than you think. The mics are omnidirectional, so they'll pick up everything around you. You don't need to have mic directly pointed at the sound source. Be prepared to make some adjustments, try to find the right spot, you know, play around with it like that. Yeah, but other than that, I mean, again, judge for yourself right now. I really like them, so. Now, I mean, we're just gonna be doing some riding for the rest of the video, so if you just came for the DJI stuff, that's over. But I'm gonna ride to some of the trails behind my house, and I guess we'll do some wheelies too, because this is the one thing I can wheelie on. Look at that, little pop-up. I can't really keep it very well. I'm still getting up there, but yeah, it's fun stuff. I kind of want to get some supermoto tires for this. My one thing is it's not quite powerful enough for this street. Like, I would at least want a 250 at minimum. Preferably like, you know, a 300 or 450, something like that. at least for the street. But this thing, oh my gosh, this thing is great for the trails. I mean, that's literally what it's built for, but it crushes. I took this thing up to some big sand trails and some dirt bike trails, some just miles and miles of dirt bike trails, and this thing, it was a champ. It stood through. I mean, I hit like 3 trees, but I'm still learning. But this thing is still chugging along. I mean, I picked the thing right back up and kept going. So, and I picked it up for pretty cheap too, like under $1,500. Maybe I think it was like $1,300, something real cheap like that. It is getting chilly. We have it's gonna be our last week of like somewhat rideable weather. So I'm gonna do one last ride on the sport bike, and then we're gonna pack it up and winterize it. Yeah, some of those dirt bike trails, I wish I had recorded because those are so much fun. We were flying through those too. But I only had my 360 and it does not, the 3X doesn't record the greatest quality. Plus, I had my dirt bike helmet, which didn't have a mic at the time. So, yeah, these are just some fun little trails behind my house. Nothing huge, just something to play around with. Hopefully today, one of my buddies, he has a 250, and we might ride around a little bit today. He's learning, so he's only done a few little rides. He's not even licensed or nothing, but yeah. I hate how big these ruts are right here. It's very hard to take those quick. That I'm not skilled enough, but I'm not trying to get muddy today. That spot always gets super muddy. Sometimes me and my buddy will go flying through there on our mini bikes and ATV. like scratching on my helmet. I don't want to be back here too long. Usually I just use my dirt bike helmet, but that doesn't have a GoPro mount on it right now. So you also might notice I don't have a front brake right now on this bike, and that was to help teach me, because on our ride up in the trails with my buddies, I kept pulling the front brake and going right over the handlebars. So I just took it off to help train me not to use the front brake, because on a sport bike, on the R6, road bikes, you use front brake. I mean, it's like your most powerful brake. I mean, that's true for this too. That's my most powerful brake, but in the dirt and sand, you don't want to be pulling that. You'll be using your rear brake more. I mean, I should still get to the point where I should put it back on, and I think I am at this point, but I lost the spring, so I can't even really put it back on right now. But if you keep flying over handlebars, you keep pulling the front brake, maybe just try taking it off. And it worked. I was totally fine for the rest of the ride. I didn't go over once. I mean, I had a few moments where I wasn't able to stop as quick, but I was, as long as I just played it a little careful, was paying more attention to braking sooner, then I was fine. I also have, when I'm popping wheelies on this thing though, I do have to be sitting quite back on the seat to do a sit down wheelie. So this is a kind of a fun thing by my house. I got these big hills. Yeah, kind of fun ramps. I like to, this is the first thing I did with my my old dirt bike, my little 125. Yeah! Oh man, that hill's fun. Okay, so that's pretty much it on the DJI review. It's a good mic. Hopefully, I'm still kind of figuring it out. So for $100 that I picked this thing up for, definitely worth it.